Very good morning. Welcome to the lecture series of computer communication and networking. In this lecture, I am going to explain random access protocol. In previous lecture, we discussed about what is meant by multiple access protocol or media protocol. Let us take a review of previous lecture. In previous lecture, we discussed about the multiple access protocols classified into three classes. First one is the random access protocol, control access protocol, and channelization protocols. So the multiple station have transmitted data over a media. How to media access this medium or channel with the help of multiple access protocol. So today we will discuss about random access protocol. After this lecture, we understand what is meant by Aloha, then carriers in multiple access, then CSA may CD and CMSA CA. So let us begin with first Aloha. Aloha is a random access protocol. It is actually designed for the wireless LAN local area network, but it also applicable for the share medium. In this, multiple station can transmit the data at the same time and can be hence lead to collision and data being garbled. So what is meant by collision? Let us will be explained with the figure. Suppose there are stations two stations, station A and station B. They are transmit two frames simultaneously over a medium or channel. So station A send A frame, station B send frame B simultaneously at the same time. So let us what happen. So both the frames are transmitted on a channel. So station A send frame A and station B will be send B frame. So what happen after will be see next. Whenever these two frames are arrived on the same place or after, it will be collide with each other and there will be happen the collision. So frame may be lost or corrupted. That is nothing but the collision. So it will be blast like boom and the data will be lost or frame will be lost or corrupted. So this is the called as a collision. So Aloha is a random access protocol. It was actually designed for wireless LAN, but it also applicable to share medium. In this, multiple station can transmit the data same time or can be hence lead to collision. So in previous slide will be explained what is meant by collision and how can happen, and data will be garbled or lost. So there are the two types of Aloha, pure Aloha and slaughtered Aloha. Let us begin with the pure Aloha. So here station A, station 2, station 3 and station 4, they are simultaneously send a packet at the same time, but our convenient we can send a separate timeline, but timelines are equal and there is a collision duration. Suppose station 1 send a frame and all other stations are keep quiet. So station 1 frame there is a no collision when it send the frame. Now if happen the collision duration, the station 2, station 3 and station 4 and station 1 also frame send the frames at this collision period. So whenever this station 1, 2, 3 and 4 are sent simultaneously frame or a channel at the same time, that time the collision will be happen and this time the frame will be lost or garbled. Similarly, the collision duration is different for different. So again take an example. The station 2 will start, station 3 will be pass out from this and station 2 and station 4 are send the frame, that times means the collision will be happen. So this figure will be explained what is meant by pure Aloha. So pure Aloha allows the transmission to transmit whenever the data to be sent. when a station data waits for the acknowledgement. If the acknowledgement does not come within an allotted time, the station waits for random amount of time, that is called a back of time, or resend the data. Since different station wait for different amount of time and the probability of further collision decreasing, the throughput or pure aloha is maximized when the frames are same uniform length. So pure aloha will be is a different back of time. Back of time is nothing but it waits for random amount of period, that is called as back of time. The throughput of the pure aloha is maximized when the frames are uniform length. So throughput of the pure aloha is depend upon the uniform length of the frames. Pure aloha, two frames are tried to occupy channel at the same time. There will be collision and both they will be carbureted, which will be explained in block diagram in previous slide. If the first bit new frame overlaps with the just last bit of the frame, the almost the finish, the both frames will be totally destroyed and both will be have retransmitted later. So what will be happen when first bit of the new frame will overlap with the just last bit of the frame. So we can see here B frame just begin and at the end the collision beginning at the B frame, the frame A is beginning. So almost these frames are lost. Similarly, A frames are end but B frames will be start. So this is nothing but happen that the frames are B and A are lost. Also A and C are the frames also lost. So whenever the two frames try and occupy the channel at the same time, there will be a collision and both frames will be carbureted. If the first bit a new frame overlaps with the just last bit of the frame, almost finished, both the frames will be totally destroyed. Both the frames will be heavily transmitted. So both the frames will be retransmitted. Then what is meant by vulnerable time? So vulnerable times is 2 times of the frame time. Throughput is G into e raised to power 2G. Throughput is nothing but the efficiency, where G is the number of stations which to be transmitted in the same time. So maximum throughput for the pure aloha is 0.184. For 0.5 half station is here. So number of station is a half. Now then we go to the second type of aloha, which was slotted aloha. It was developed just to improve the efficiency of pure aloha, as the chances of the collision in pure aloha as high. The time shared channel is divided into discrete time of interval called slots, and sending a data allowed only at the beginning of these slots. So here point to be noted, in slotted aloha the data will be sent only at the beginning of the slots or beginning of the frame. If the station miss out allotted time, it just wait for a next slot. This reduce the probability of the collision. So how the slotted aloha will be happen will be see. So see here there is a specific time will be or slot will be allocated for a slotted aloha. So data will be sent at the beginning of the allocated time. So this is will be happen, and when two stations send simultaneously data, what will be happen? So A will be collides with the C. So data will be sent at the beginning, and here to be noted the vulnerable time is equal to the frame time, means slotted aloha. So slotted aloha vulnerable time is equal to frame transmission time. Throughput is G is equal to e raised to power minus G, where G is the number of stations which to be transmitted in the same time. So maximum throughput or maximum efficiency is 0.3680 for G is equal to 1. So how the slotted aloha will be happen when it deals with the multiple station. For example, station 1 to be sent data over a slot 1. So that time only all other stations are keep quiet. So station 1 send a frame and all other station will be quiet. Now if we station want to send station 2, station 3, then it will be sent on slot 2, frame 1 and frame 2 by station 2 and station 3. So collision will be happen in this duration. Similarly, so there are the 6 slots will be allocated for the each station. So each station will be sent data over individual, but this is the collision duration will be happen. So which is to be remember, the frames will be allocated a particular slot, that is nothing but the slotted aloha. Now what will be happen if we compare the pure aloha and slotted aloha? So comparison will be done on the basis of their some pure points: efficiency, then transmission time, vulnerable time. Any station can transmit the data anytime. Any station can transmit the data at the beginning of any time slot. So here time slot will be allocated. Here is any time the pure aloha can be transmitted data. The time is a continuous or not globally synchronized. Here time is discrete and globally synchronized. Vulnerable time, which is a collision may be occur, so 2 times of the transmission time of the frame. Vulnerable time, which is collision may be occur, which is equal to the transmission time of the your frame. Probability of the successful transmission or efficiency, G is equal to e raised to power minus 2g, where G is a number of stations which is to be transmitted. Probability of success, G into e raised to power minus G. Maximum efficiency 8.4 and maximum efficiency 30.68 for one station. This is for the half station. The main advantage is simplicity in implementation. Main advantage to reduce the number of collision, to have the doubles of efficiency in pure aloha. So this is the comparison which will be asked in your exam point of view in descriptive questions. Then we go to the next type of random access protocol, that is CSMA protocols. So what is in the CSMA? Carrier scenes multiple access protocol. Carrier scenes protocol is to minimize the chances of collision, therefore increase the performance of the CSMA methods was developed. What is the principle? So CSMA is sense before transmit or listen before talk, the medium. So in CSMA method, the carrier will be sensed first, then it will be transmit the data or listen before talk. Suppose the station A to transmit the data on this medium which is shared by the multiple stations. So it will be sensed first, it will be free or not, then it will be sent the data over a medium. If same station are to be quiet, so this will be same as it is, that is carrier sense B sense first and then data will be sent. So this is principle of send before transmit data or listen before talk. Now carrier scenes protocols to minimize the chance of collision, therefore increase the performance of the carrier scenes method was developed. The principle of is sense before transmit or listen before talk. So carrier is busy means transmission is taking place, carrier is idle means there is no transmission current taking place. This possibility of collision still existence because the propagation delay station may be sent medium to find it idle only because the first bit sent another station has not yet been received. So after if you send the carrier, there is a possibility of collision. This collision is due to happen is only the delay. So what are the different types of carrier scenes multiple access protocol? One persistent carrier scenes multiple access, P persistent carrier scenes multiple access, non persistent carrier scenes multiple access, O persistent carrier scenes multiple access, and carrier scenes multiple access collision detection and carrier scenes multiple access collision avoidance. So one persistent CSMA. Before sending a data, the station first listen to the channel to see if anyone else too is transmitting the data of the moment. If the channel is idle, then station transmit the frames. If busy, then it sends the transmit medium continuously until become ideal. So here the medium continuously sends, which is to be first point to be remember. Since when the station is transmitted with the probability of 1 when the carrier of or channel is ideal, this scheme is called CSMA 1 persistent. So 1 persistent of CSMA. The propagation delay has important effect in performance of this protocol. Then a longer propagation delay, more the important this effect becomes, worse performance of the protocol. Suppose the station wants to transmit a packet over a channel. First is sense, continuous sense, the channel is free or not. If the channel is free, then data will be transmitted and it transmitted over this channel. If the channel is busy, then again it continuously sends. This is called as a 1 persistence of CSMA. Then not persistence of CSMA. Before sending a station, the sense of the channel, if no one else is sending, the station will be doing itself. However, if the channel is already used, then the station does not continuously sense it for purpose to design immediately upon the detecting end of the previous transmission. Instead, it waits for the random period of time and repeat the algorithm. Consequently, this algorithm leads to better channel utilization but longer delay than 1 persistent of a carrier sense multiprocess. So here the channel not continuously send, but it will be wait for random time and again it will be send the channel. If channel is free, then data will be passed on a channel. So this is called as a non-persistence of CSMA. Then P persistence of CSMA. It applies to slotted channels. When the station is become ready to send, it sends the channels. If it is ideal, it transmits with the probability of P. With the probability of Q is 1 minus P, means defect to next slot. If the slot is also ideal, either transmit or defer. Again, the probability has P and Q. This process is repeated until either the frame has been transmitted on another station being transmitted. The latter the case, unluckily station act as has been collision. It wait for the random and start again. So here in P persistence, the frame or carrier will be wait for some random period is same as it is like in non-persistence. So what is the behavior of these three methods? In 1 persistence, the continuously medium will be sensed or carrier will be sensed. If the channel is free, then data will be sent. And non-persistence, sense if the channel is busy, then wait for random period, again sense it will be random. If it will be busy, then again it will be for random period. If free, then sense and transmit the data over a channel. This is non-persistence. And in P persistence, the continuously sense and probabilic outcome does not allow the transmission. It will be allocate a particular time slot in discrete format, so that is called as P persistence. Then if two stations, we go to the carrier sense multiprocess CD. If two stations sense the channel to be ideal or being transmitted simultaneously, they will both detect the collision almost immediately. Rather than finish the transmitting of their frames, which they are intuitively garbaged anyway, they should be abruptly stop the transmitting as soon as the collision detection. So in carrier sense multiprocess collision detection, when both the stations are transmitted data over a channel, if we found there is a collision, then immediately take action to stop the frames and quickly terminating the damaging frames and save the time and bandwidth. This protocol is known as carrier sense multiprocess collision detection. It is widely used for the LAN and MAC sublayer in wire area. So access method used by the Ethernet to sense the medium, that is carrier sense collision detection. So suppose at the point mark The transmission period, where the frame will be completed its transmitted, that is transmission period. What is contamination period? Contamination period, where all the stations are to be sent the medium, it will be free or busy, that is called as the contagion period. And the contagion period, where all the channels are busy to detect the medium will be free or not, or where the collision will be happen or not, that collision period will be detected by the incantation slots. If what is in the ideal period, the no one station will be sent a data over this, so this is called as ideal period. Then carrier scenes multiple access collision detection. At the point marked, the station finished transmission its frame. Any another station having the frame sent may now attempt to do. If two or more stations decide to transmit simultaneously, there will be the collision, and collision can be detected by looking the power or pulse width of the received signal as comparing with the transmitted signal. So how the collision period will be detected, that will be depend upon the power and pulse width of the received signal. This is to be remembered. After detection or detected the collision, it aborts its transmission and waits for the random period, then tries again, assuming that no another station has started transmitting. Meantime, therefore, the model carrier scenes multiple access collision detection will consist alternating contention and transmission period with ideal periods occurring all the stations are quiet. Then we have some gate exam point of view numericals to solve this on carrier scene multiple detection. Efficiency is given by 1 upon 1 plus 6.44 into A, where A is a ratio of propagation period of the frame and transmission period of the frame, that is 1. So carrier scenes multiple access not suitable for long distance network, and the distance is increasing, the efficiency of carrier scenes multiple access is decreasing, and it not be suitable for wide area network, but it works for optimally local area network. If the length of packet is bigger, then the transmission of carrier scenes multiple access is also increasing, but the maximum length should be limited. It is up to 1500 bytes. The transmission period is nothing but the equal to round trip time of 1 bit. So TP is a propagation time, and propagation time is equal to the transmission or equal to the propagation time twice of the propagation time. If we know these two values, we can calculate the efficiency of CSMA CD. So carrier scenes multiple access with the collision avoidance is a network multiple access method in which the carrier is sensing but nodes attempt to avoid the collision by beginning of the transmission only after the channel is sensed is ideal. It is particularly important. It is used carrier scenes multiple access collision avoidance. This method is used in wireless network where the collision is detection is alternative for the carrier scenes multiple access CD is not possible due to the wireless transmitter decreasing densing their receiver during the packet transmission. So carrier scenes multiple access is unreliable due to the hidden node problem, exposed terminal problem in wireless network. Then what is the solution? So solution to find out the hidden node and exposed node terminal, that is RTS and CTS. So in this lecture we are going to explain 3 concepts. First one, random access protocol, Aloha, their types, carrier scenes multiple access, and the carrier scenes collision detection and carrier scenes collision avoidance. So we can stop here. Thank you very much.